after the disaster that was Cringe Alert, I promised myself I would never do another one of these videos. But Jesus posted! Jonathan Wheeler posted a new video, and I was pumped. I was excited. But it wasn't a new theory video. But at least it wasn't a Let's Play video. It was another one of his Bendy announcement videos, saying that he basically canceled his theory that he was working on with microwaves, which is like, Jonathan Wheeler knows something about microwaves he's not telling us. Like, is it safe to keep my microwave? Will it turn me into a zombie? Like, are microwaves safe, Jonathan? You can't just keep this to yourself forever. We need to know. Is it safe to have microwaves? Anyway, one of the things, he's speaking in third person because Bendy the cat is making the video, not him. And Bendy the cat is some, like, character from an indie horror game. And it's about me, sort of. The first part is kind of about me. It says, and the thumbnail of the entire video is, "Hey Ryan, if you're watching this." I'm like, oh no. And so, it goes, "Hey Ryan, if you're watching this, ACXjon11 saw your Soviet administration video," and it's like, he isn't very happy. I'm like, oh no, I've displeased him. And then I think, wait, what was the Soviet administration video about? It was me making fun of Mr. Pershala and Mr. Francis. Like, I understand why you would be upset about me making fun of Mr. Francis because everyone loves Mr. Francis. I know it was really difficult for me to make that video, making Mr. Francis say all those mean, horrible things, because everyone loves Mr. Francis. So I don't know if he's defending Mr. Pershala or Mr. Francis, because no one likes Mr. Pershala. I know you're watching, Mr. Pershala. I'm sure you're a good guy. You're probably a good guy, but no one likes you. You have, like, a very low approval rating. But I want to be your PR man, Mr. Pershala. So I don't know why Jonathan Wheeler is so upset. And then after Jonathan Wheeler, or I'm sorry, Bendy the cat is done talking about me, he then says, "I will be in some of his videos, by the way, and I will assist in things." Jonathan, I think it's great you want to do a collab with me. I've been trying to reach out for years to do a collab for you. By years, I mean like months. But I really want to do a collab with you. But I would really appreciate it if you talk to me about a collab before you tell everyone we're doing a collab. But I can't wait. Because every time I try to do a collab with you, Jonathan Wheeler, you always say, "I don't have Skype," or "I don't have Discord," or "What are you doing in my house?" So I'm glad that you finally come to your senses, because I honestly think a collab would be great. We can do wonderful things. That can be our new series, Jonathan. We can do some sort of collaboration series. We will think of something, Jonathan. One of the things you tried to talk about in your video that you didn't really explain well was the infamous Carter roast. Jonathan Wheeler's been talking about the Carter roast for a while, and that's just around the corner. And today, we finally got... No, we didn't. Bendy roasted Carter, but it was a really weird roast. It wasn't even Jonathan Wheeler, it was Bendy who roasted Carter. Okay, so in the video, Bendy roasts Carter, and it says, "ACXjon11 gave me permission to roast albino guy once." And so he says, "Here we go." And it's worded really weird. I have to read it. I can't memorize this. It's too complex for me to comprehend. You know how albino guy says what is going on in this kid's mind? Is it your mind? Are you the kid? Is Carter the kid? Is Bendy the kid? Am I the kid? Is Mr. Pershala the kid? I don't know. Whose mind is it? And he goes on to say, okay, so you know how albino guy says what is going on in this kid's mind? Well, I know. He's thinking on how high albino guy's IQ is. So that implies it's not this kid's mind who he's talking about. So it's not albino guy's mind. So is it Jonathan Wheeler's mind? Think about how high albino guy's IQ is. It doesn't even say Carter. It says albino guy. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense as a roast. It doesn't make sense as a sentence. It doesn't make sense as slamming your head on the keyboard. I don't know how you came up with this. Actually, I'm sorry. It's not Jonathan Wheeler's fault. It's Bendy's fault. Bendy made this trash. I hope Jonathan Wheeler's roast is a lot better than Bendy's roast, because Bendy's just trash. But yeah, that was a really sad roast, Bendy. I'm disappointed in you. Well, that's all for now. Catch you guys later. It's just a weird video. It doesn't make sense. Because I don't know what Jonathan Wheeler's trying to say about my channel, why he's upset about Mr. Pershala and Mr. Francis getting made fun of. I think he's trying to talk about a video that he's in, but he's just confused. I'm not sure. And I don't know what that part about Jonathan Wheeler being in some of my videos, maybe he means Bendy being in his videos. But again, it was worded weird. And then with the whole Carter roast, why would you give only a piece of it and not the whole roast? And it wasn't even you roasting Carter. It was Bendy doing it. And it was a crappy roast. I'm confused. I've lost brain cells trying to comprehend your video. I just don't get it. I'm very confused.